pleasure right now to introduce Josh Kessler, the owner of this wonderful establishment, and he's going to be introducing his team. And we have Mayor Papenfuss from the city of Harrisburg. We have John Henderson from Senator Teplitz's office, and my boss, Dave Black. Oh, George Connor from the Dauphin County folks, Department of Economic Development. And we don't have a formal agenda, so why don't we start with Mayor Papenfuss? I'm sure he's got a few things to say, and I know Senator Teplitz has a certificate. Dave, why don't you come on up, and we'll just get this thing rolling. So again, thanks for coming, and let's celebrate this wonderful space.
Want me to go first?
Yes,
sure.
why not?
Introduce you. Is that, do we get to do that? All right. Well, this is another wonderful day in Midtown. I think some of you were out covering an event that we hosted just down the street yesterday. We announced $3.5 million in state money coming to help renovate an $8 million project at the former Ron Brown Charter School just a couple blocks away. That's a big deal for Harrisburg. But equally a big deal is the investment of Josh Kessler and his family and his team in the Millworks. As you can see around you, we have a state-of-the-art brewery here. And let me say, the space that you're about to experience and see on the roof of this building is extraordinary. I think it produces the finest views in the city, certainly of the Broad Street Market, historic Midtown. It's an amazing, amazing vision. It was not long ago that roof wasn't even fit to walk on, filled with holes and rotted wood, and it's now become an incredible space, a wonderful space, which is going to attract people from far and wide. So in the span of less than 24 hours, we've announced 33 new condominium apartment units over down 3rd Street, bringing new people in to live in the city, the expansion of Startup Harrisburg, and now the expansion of the Millworks into a full-scale brewery. Now, some of you none of you knows this, I don't think, because it's a closely guarded family secret, but my first cousin, Peter, is a brewmaster and has built his own brewery in Chicago. It's Haymarket Brewery. He used to work at Rock Bottom Brewery. He's an award-winning brewer from around the country. In the same time that we were building Midtown Scholar, he was building his brewery and outfitting his brewery. Went all the way to China to examine some of the equipment options and purchases for that brewery. And I know how much hard work and how much planning has to go into this. But I am assured 1,000 barrels of beer a year is the maximum capacity. We can all sing it together, 1,000 barrels of, yeah. This is an extraordinary completion of what is an amazing space here at the Millworks. Not only do we have the amazing farm-to-table food, the energy of all the artists in their studios, but now we've added this full-service brewery. I don't know what Josh has up his sleeve next, but he deserves a good break. And I will actually say one thing which Josh does have up his sleeve, which he's been working on, which we can announce as well, which is that on the 19th of this month of September, City Council will be having a hearing on the new Broad Street Market Alliance proposal, which will change the organization of the Broad Street Market across the street to a nonprofit entity, and a nonprofit entity which includes community and vendor representation. The market, under the current leadership, is doing amazing things, and it's part of the economic revitalization that we're all seeing here in Midtown. But to establish a long-term lease with the city with a new nonprofit is going to allow that building to acquire the capital investment and the donations it needs to be able to take it to the next level. So when you add all this together, you really see the city revitalization working. You see investment coming from all different circles, and we couldn't do it without visionary entrepreneurs like Josh Kessler. So Josh, I think it would be appropriate for you to come up and say a few words, and then we will hand it over to the other dignitaries that are assembled. Thank you for inviting me.
Sure. Thanks for coming. Thanks to the mayor for the kind words and everybody for attending. So we're off to another adventure here at the Millworks, adding the brewery. We worked on it for about a year and a half, and originally the first time walking through this building, we were standing on dirt floors where we are, and the roof was somewhat falling in. So it's been a long road. But I couldn't have done it with all the great partnerships of the team. Our brewer, Jeff Musselman, which I'll introduce, our operations manager, Patrick Garrity. These are the guys that make the trains run on time, and we couldn't do it without them. So that being said, I would like to introduce you here to Jeff, and he'll just he'll fill you in on the sort of brewery details of what to expect briefly for what kind of beers that we have now and what we'll have over the next year. So that being said, here's Jeff Musselman.
Thanks. It's a great honor to be here, and thanks, Josh, for the introduction. So what we got going on here at the Millworks, this is our brewery, obviously. Capacity per batch is 15 barrels, so 450 gallons roughly per batch. I think that gives us the ability to kind of service everything we got going on here at the restaurant. We have 20 taps downstairs. The goal is to get to half, maybe 15 taps internally. And then upstairs on the beer garden, we're serving only our own beer. So currently, to kick things off, we have six beer styles. We have Session IPA, an IPA, double IPA, Belgian Pale Ale, a Saison, and an Oktoberfest. And tomorrow we're actually releasing a seventh beer, which is a Farmhouse IPA, which is a cool way we kind of incorporated the local aspect of the Millworks into the beer. We source local ingredients for that beer as well, so that's exciting. We got a lot of good feedback from the tastings we did last week, so we're going to go through that data and look what people want to drink, and just kind of play and have fun with this. Any questions?
I'm Dave Black with the Chamber in Creedy. Nothing says economic development like beer. This is a great day. I want to introduce George Connor from Dauphin County DCD, who doesn't have anything to say today, but there will be a proclamation delivered later from the county as soon as they find Commissioner Hartwick. I would like to introduce John Hendrickson from Senator Rob Teplett's office, who does have a proclamation for us. John?
Well, thanks, Dave, and thanks for inviting our office. The Senator sends his congratulations to you. This is so exciting. As the Mayor mentioned, the whole revitalization of Midtown, coming down 3rd Street with that new project that was just announced yesterday, and the Broad Street Market and things that are happening here, and finally this is just adding to what's here. It's so exciting. I particularly want to send my congratulations to Jeff, who has been working tirelessly. He actually lives across the street from me, and I never see him because he's been working here all the time. Yeah, like 24 hours a day. So it's really quite an accomplishment. So let me read this proclamation from the Senator. This is a certificate of recognition presented to Millworks. Whereas Millworks is a sustainable restaurant, brewery, and art gallery located in the former Stokes Millworks building in Midtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which showcases locally sourced menu items and local artwork. And whereas Millworks has received numerous awards and accolades since its opening in 2015, including Best New Restaurant, Entrepreneur of the Year, New Tourism Business of the Year, Best Organic Restaurant, and Best Art Gallery. That's a lot. And whereas Millworks celebrates the grand opening of its craft brewery during a ribbon-cutting ceremony on September 8th, 2016 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, therefore, State Senator Rob Teplett's 15th District of Pennsylvania extends sincere congratulations and best wishes for success in the future. Congratulations.
Thanks, John. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize our friends from the Hershey-Harrisburg Visitors Bureau. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for all the work that you do in the city. Raise your hands. Everybody give them a round of applause. That's perfect. Okay, we're going to get on with the ribbon cutting here, but I do just want to mention one thing. You've seen, the county's here, the city's here, state governments here through Senator Teplett's office, and really I think it says a lot about what's happened in the city of Harrisburg over the last 4 or 5 years. It's everybody kind of pulling together, and everybody's working in the right direction, and we've got everybody on the same page. But most importantly, it's the private sector that's investing money in the city and doing incredible things like the Millworks here. So in honor of today, we want to get on with the ribbon cutting, but Josh, to you and your team, thank you so much for your investment in the city. It means so much, and without the private sector, it doesn't work. So thank you. This is your day. Step out here, we'll get the ribbon cut.
All right.
3, 2, 1. We are up on the roof of the Millworks. Josh, it's incredible. I think it's the best views anywhere. Tell me what inspired you to build this up here.
Well, I've always wanted an outdoor serving space, a beer garden, and always wanted a roof that could handle it. The Stokes Millworks was actually built to be 2 stories, and so they were going to store lumber up here. But as it so happens, it can actually service live load, which is human foot traffic moving around, and so it was actually feasible to do. And who doesn't love to be outside having beer and hors d'oeuvres on a roof?
It's incredible. So is there a separate menu up here for...
Yeah, so there's a separate menu off the grill, a local sausage, a brisket sandwich. We call it the Urban Picnic, which is a light meat and cheese board. And so it's a different menu than downstairs, but it's more catered to a really casual atmosphere. We actually have some Jenga games, so you can play Jenga at the table. You can play Connect 4, which I thought wouldn't be fun.
Ooh, my kids will like that. No, it's good.
Connect 4 is actually challenging. And so, it's been open for about 2 weeks, and people seem to be having a really good time.
So I know we're closed today because of the heat, but what are the hours generally?
Okay, so generally speaking, it's open every day except for Monday. We're closed on Mondays. So every other day of the week, it opens at 4 p.m. Except for Saturday, we're open all day, so from 11 to close.
That's wonderful. And unlike the restaurant where you probably want a reservation, you don't have to have one, but you probably do. For here, you can just walk in, right?
That's a great point. So this is a very casual atmosphere. We don't even accept reservations, and there's a lot of seating, so you'll never have a problem finding a seat when you come down.
How many people can fit up here?
There's 160 seats. Our capacity is 250, but so they're common tables, so people squeeze together, and that's fun too, because you start to talk to people that you might not otherwise have known. So it helps create that sort of community aspect to it.
It's really nice. I like the community table feel. I want to say you've just done such a wonderful job with the renovations. I love the look. It wasn't long ago that we were up here, and it looked quite different. So
right.
with the metal roof, the beautiful wood paneling, you can see some of the original roof line there. And let's just take in the market for a moment. Look at that. Just a fantastic spot. And what was your idea with the lights?
Well, so this is the same lighting as we have down in our courtyard, and the market actually at night has similar lighting going around its roof line. So it's really spectacular at night up here with the lighting. You can really see the market. You can actually see through the market and see the Capitol lit up, and generally a pretty good view of Midtown.
Well, can't wait to come back and hang out up here. Thanks so much for all that you're doing. Let's let you get back to your reception downstairs.
Sounds good.
Thank you.